Hi, this one's quite a special video. It's reasonable amount. It took me a long time to film it. We're talking nearly 10 hours to film it. Quite tiring stuff, and the star, this is one of the stars of the movie, and it was about mating mantis, or breeding them. Pairing them is the correct term, and then coupling is the other correct term. And before we start, showing you the video, I want to run through a couple of things just in case you're obviously watching this because you want to do it yourself. I think it's a good idea to make a screen like I've got here. You don't need the LED on the top, that's for filming. But just a simple wooden frame with some mesh across that you can hang on like Shagger here is doing. And then you can put her in the front there and him behind. If you watch my Mantis mod, you'll see how I arranged the mating net. And the other couple of things I'd like to say is when they're ready to mate, how do you know? Well, a male generally a couple of weeks, 3 weeks probably, after his last molt to adult, and the female pretty much similar. If you've got them any other time, it's a bit dodgy. If they're older than that, especially the male, if you're holding on, the male, they don't live as long as the females, and the older they get, sort of seems to be the more likely that she'll take his head off. He's obviously survived because I already filmed this last night. He was quite happy. He got away with it. So I don't mention this in the video, so I wouldn't mind if you like this video, if you liked and subscribed. But for now, let's get on to the actual video footage. So this is an accidental mating. I got her out, give her a worm on top of there, and I thought, I'll get him out and feed him. And as I took him out, he was on my hand, he spotted her, and immediately flew and landed on her back, as you see now. I've grabbed a box of crickets here and placed them in front of her, and they're keeping her entertained. This is a really awkward position for him to be in, so I'm perhaps going to move them in a second. Okay, so I moved them up the top of the tank and I put them on the mating mesh that I made, and they've ignored it, climbed up to the top and decided to hang off the frame instead, which is all good, I guess. They've got themselves in a better position now, and his abdomen is coming round and starting to connect. So let's see. Right, is connected, all fine and dandy, and he's holding on for dear life there, nice and tightly. His face says everything, so he's terrified of what's coming next. He instinctively knows the possibilities that what could happen here. It's been over an hour now already, and he's got a nice firm grip on her there. She doesn't seem to care. She's just fascinated by what's going on in the tank behind her there, which is assassin bugs. And there's some crickets in there, keep jumping up and down, and that's what she appears to be looking at. But I'm sure he's quite happy about that plan. As you see, he's well connected now, and he's started on his mission. All we have to do now is see how long it takes him. This could take quite a while. Right, come back. This is 2 hours later, and he's still got a head, so that's a good thing. And she appears to be transfixed on the assassin bugs right behind her, as a cricket keeps bouncing around in there, and she's just watching it. So he might keep his head, thanks to the assassin bugs. Good stuff. See you in about another hour. Well, it's gone up to 4 hours. I'm going to give him a quick check on him. He still seems to have all his body parts, which is a plus. I don't want to really disturb him too much, but yep, still connected, still going for it. So, we definitely should have a fertile ooth at the end of it. Or two. Now come back later and see if they're still going. Hopefully he'll get away. At this point, the stick is just honey flavoured. There's nothing really on it, but she seems to like it, and it keeps her attention away from him. This is 5 hours, and they're still firmly connected. And luckily she's still looking at the jar with the assassin bugs and a big locust that keeps entertaining her by jumping to the front of the jar. So, with a bit of luck, it'll be all over soon, and he'll jump off and fly away, or get away somehow, and he'll live to mate another day. This is 6 hours. As you see, she's moved a tiny little bit so she can see the locust better in the background in the jar, and he's gripping on for dear life. But she actually moved into a spot where even if she wanted to grab him and rip his head off, she can't. So, all good. If only he knew, he might feel a lot better.
Safe!
It's actually quite amazing, the grip that they have around the waist, shall we call it? Around the thorax. It's really, really a tight grip, and he keeps his head very close to the centre of the back. Almost as if he knows there is a chance that she could turn round and decapitate him at any moment. Personally, I'd have my wings out already and a flight path sorted out. Well, hopefully in the next hour he'll have done. If not, see you at 7. We're now 6.5 hours down the road, and she's moved about an inch. He's still gripping on. Dear life. I don't know why the missing leg is twitching. Yep, still connected. suppose we'll come back in a bit and see what happens. By the way, it's now 12:30 a.m. See you soon. Okay, this is 8 hours. And now I'm just getting lazy. I'm not even using my stand, I'm just using my phone. I've turned all the lighting out. Hopefully that will make him get on with it, or give him the confidence to get off. Thinking he's not going to get eaten in the dark, so... Got 8 hours. I'm tired. And he just wants to look at me now to see what the hell I'm doing. He's quite happy. Looks like he hasn't got a head there. No head. But he's fine. And they're still... Oh, that's a nice shot of the moss. They're still connected. Still going for it. And I've got to stay up because they're not in a container, not in an enclosure. So if I leave them and go to bed, God knows where they'll be in the morning. So I have to wait for them to finish. Tired. Anyway, this is 8 hours. Signing off until 9. Okay? Just over 9 hours. And the male jumped off and landed on my chair. So, all good. Just to show you, he's fitting well. There he is. Did not go there though, mate. It's the male. Quite happy. Looks a bit tired. But no wonder, nearly 9 hours doing that. So I'm gonna see if he wants something to eat now, and then I'm gonna pop him back in his enclosure. He can live to shag another day.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. It was something I always wanted to do. It's blow by blow documentation every hour of basically what they do, and you can see how long it actually takes for them to do their thing. Not all species take that long, and some take a little longer, so be prepared and be warned. And I think it's the best thing to do is not to leave them. I never left their side the entire 9.5 hours, and when I did, because I had to, if you know what I mean, somebody else watched him to make sure that his head stayed on his shoulders, and it's still there. And I'm quite pleased about that, because now he can move on. And well, we've got him for, I think we'll let him lay 2 oofs, and then we'll possibly try again and see if he wants to have another go to make sure the oofs are all nice and fertile. I'm hoping she'll lay 3 or 4, maybe more, and we'll get quite a few babies out of them. So, looking at early March-ish. If you want Rhombodera kirbyi, I'm your man. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.